Hello and welcome to this week's Friday Show. I'm Tanner Sims with World News. A 25-year-old passenger took a crew member hostage on a flight in Bangladesh while threatening them with a toy gun. The Burman Airlines flight held 148 passengers and disembarked safely from the city of Chittagong. At some point throughout the flight, some passengers feared that he was carrying explosives. After an emergency landing, it took Bangladesh Special Forces about 10 minutes to storm the plane and shoot the hijacker. According to BBC.com, officials said after the fact that the man was psychologically imbalanced and he was carrying a toy gun with no explosives. All passengers and crew were safely brought off the plane. According to The Guardian, just last week, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, said that Moscow was ready for a Cuban Missile-style crisis if the U.S. wanted one. And earlier this week, Russian state television broadcasted a map of the United States marked with military facilities that they would target in case of a nuclear strike. A few targets were the Pentagon and the presidential retreat in Camp David, Maryland. It has also been said that Russia has been working on a hypersonic missile that could reach the U.S. in less than 5 minutes. Although both sides have stated they do not want a new arms race, they are both preparing for the worst. Next, we'll hear from Libby with national news.
Thanks, Tanner. A dangerous internet challenge that started in August of 2016 is on the rise again and possibly worse than before. The Momo challenge lures children to contact a user named Momo and then are told to follow whatever orders they receive. The game is allegedly responsible for more than 130 teen deaths. It is also becoming increasingly popular in YouTube videos for children and video games such as Fortnite. The Momo challenge has also moved into popular platforms such as Instagram, which has failed to take down posts encouraging the game. R&B superstar R. Kelly was released on a $100,000 bail Monday. Kelly was indicted on 10 charges of sexual abuse, a Class 2 felony. The alleged abuse spans from 1998 to 2010. If convicted, Kelly faces 3 to 7 years on each count. He is currently out on bond awaiting trial set for March 8, 2019. Though he turned himself in, Kelly denies all allegations. We'll be back right after this break.
Joe's Garage Sports Pub is a full-service source for great food, fun, and entertainment. From great lunches available any day of the week, Thursday 2 for the price of 1 pizzas, and a variety of entrees anytime your appetite demands, Joe's Garage Sports Pub is ready to serve your needs. With entertainment ranging from bike and car nights to local, state, national sports on TV, as well as live entertainment, come on in and have some fun at Joe's Garage. We service all makes and models.
Welcome back. ABC 12 News is reporting that Michigan is one of 4 states to treat 17-year-olds as adults when facing criminal charges. New legislation would process 17-year-olds in juvenile court system rather than the adult courts. There is an increasing number of people that believe 17-year-olds should be limited to the juvenile court system, as they might be better served by rehabilitation services. Opponents of legislation fear moving these criminal cases to juvenile system will increase costs. In other news, Nikki Jolly from Jackson, Michigan, has been charged with first-degree arson for the fire set to his own home in 2017. Originally considered a hate crime against a transgender gay rights activist, Jolly is no longer being viewed as the victim of the arson. Authorities are now accusing Jolly of setting fire to his own home and killing his 2 dogs and 3 cats. Next, we'll hear from Peyton with local news.
Thanks, Chase. In local news, the Montrose Hill-McCloy High School National Honor Society is hosting a St. Patrick's Day themed fundraiser this month. I spoke with NHS advisor Miss Sue Donnelly to get more information. I'm here with Miss Sue Donnelly, the advisor for the Hill-McCloy High School National Honor Society, and she's going to tell us a little bit about their upcoming fundraiser. So, Miss Donnelly, who are you guys raising the funds for?
Well, starting Monday, we're going to be raising funds for the Muscular Dystrophy Association, and that event will run through all next week and the week after.
Awesome. And if someone like me were to want to contribute to this fundraiser, what can we do to help support the MDA?
Good question. There are a couple different ways that you could support MDA. First, you're going to locate a National Honor Society member somewhere within the building, or you can come see me directly. Either way is fine. For $1, you can purchase a button or a green bead necklace. For another $1, you can purchase a green shamrock. Or for $5, you can purchase a gold shamrock, and all of the proceeds go to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. We're trying to send some MDA kids to camp.
That's awesome. So make sure you guys pick up your MDA merchandise from a National Honor Society member or Miss Donnelly herself. Now we'll take things back to the studio. Welcome back. In other news, 3 people were killed in a train-car collision near Kalamazoo on Sunday. The car was struck by the westbound train while crossing the tracks traveling north. All 3 passengers in the car were killed immediately, and no one on the train suffered any injuries. Now, we'll take a short break and be back with more of this week's Friday show right after these messages.
Welcome back. The Oscars took place last Sunday, February 24th at 8 p.m. in Los Angeles, California. Some of the categories of the event were Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Film Editing. Some of the nominees for Best Picture were Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Roma, A Star is Born, and Vice, with Green Book taking home the Oscar. Kristen Bale, Bradley Cooper, William Dafoe, and Viggo Mortensen were all nominated for Best Actor, but Rami Malek ultimately won for his role in Bohemian Rhapsody. Best Original Screenplay nominees were Roma, Vice, First Reformed, and The Favorite. Green Book also took home the award in this category. Congratulations to all the winners of the night. Next, we'll hear from David with sports.
I'm David Sackrider with sports. The Montrose boys varsity basketball season came to a close on Monday after a 69-50 loss to the Saginaw Valley Lutheran in the first round of districts. The girls varsity basketball team also fell, this time to the Byron Eagles Tuesday night in a midweek MMAC matchup, losing 64-15. They look ahead to Monday when the district tournament kicks off in Millington. The wrestling team made it to the Elite Eight and no further after a crushing defeat at the hands of Remus Chippewa Hills last Saturday by a score of 35-24. The Rams Grapplers look ahead to the individual state tournament at Ford Field, and already they've had a few wins today. Looking to collegiate sports, Michigan State captured a tight 77-70 win over the Michigan Wolverines last Sunday. Star guard Cassius Winston led the charge for the Spartans with 27 points and 8 assists to triumph over the Maize and Blue. After moving to the top of the conference, they look to extend the win streak to 6 with a win over the Indiana Hoosiers tomorrow at noon. And needing to bounce back from the loss to the Spartans, Michigan took a commanding 82-53 win over the Nebraska Cornhuskers last night. The Maize and Blue were led by center John Teske, who ended the contest with a 22-point, 10-rebound double-double to give his team the win. With just 2 games left before March Madness, the Wolverines look to get wins over Maryland and rival Michigan State to take the conference championship. The Pistons dropped just under .500 on the season after the 105-93 loss to the San Antonio Spurs Wednesday night. This loss places the Pistons at 7th in the Eastern Conference with just over a month left until the playoffs. With plenty of time to make or break the season, the Pistons look to gain a win over the struggling Cleveland Cavaliers tomorrow at 5. And that'll do it for this week's MDM-TV.com Friday show. For everyone involved, thank you for tuning in, and so long.